Welcome to another drawing from Let's Have Fun Drawing Together. Let's dive right into today's story.
Pegasus, the winged horse and his adventures with the animals of the earth. High on Mount Olympus, among the clouds and the golden glow of the gods, lived Pegasus, the majestic winged horse. His white fur shone like the moon, and his enormous, strong wings made him capable of flying higher than any bird. Although Pegasus was a magical being, with the honor of accompanying Hercules on his heroic missions, he had always been curious about the world below, that place full of creatures that could not fly like him. One afternoon, while he was hovering over the earth, Pegasus decided it was time to learn more about those very different beings that inhabited the seas, forests, and deserts. He was determined to learn how they lived, how they related, and what secrets they hid. Chapter 1. Encounter with the Dolphins. Pegasus flew over a crystalline ocean, where the blue of the water seemed to blend with the sky. As he admired the vastness of the sea, he heard a peculiar sound, the song of dolphins. He swooped down, and as he got closer, a group of dolphins happily jumped next to him. "Hello, flying horse. Are you a giant bird or a lost fish?" said one of the dolphins, who introduced herself as Luna. "I am Pegasus, a horse with wings," he replied with a smile. "What is it like to live in the water?" Luna explained that dolphins are social animals that live in groups called pods. She told him how they communicate with sounds and jumps, and how they work together to hunt fish. Pegasus was fascinated to learn that dolphins can travel great distances in the ocean, almost like he can in the sky. It's amazing how they explore the sea. They may not have wings, but swimming so fast must feel like flying, Pegasus mused. Chapter 2. In the forest with the monkeys. Pegasus continued his journey to a tropical forest, where the trees rose like green towers. There, a group of monkeys watched him curiously from the branches. "A horse with wings! Can you teach us to fly?" shouted a mischievous monkey named Tito. Pegasus laughed and replied, "I can't teach them to fly, but I can take them for a ride in the sky." Tito and his friends excitedly climbed onto Pegasus' back, and together they flew above the forest. From up high, the monkeys could see everything: the winding river, the fruit trees, and the other animals. When they landed, Tito told Pegasus about how monkeys use tools to open fruit and how they care for their young as a community. Every animal has its own special way of exploring the world, whether in the air, water, or land, thought Pegasus as he said goodbye. Chapter 3. Conversations with an Elephant. On the vast plains of the savannah, Pegasus met an elephant named Bubba. This majestic animal told him about the importance of memory in his species and how elephants form deep family bonds. "We don't fly, but we walk long distances to find water and food. And when one of us is in trouble, we all help," Bubba explained proudly. As they walked together, Pegasus noticed something curious. Elephants, despite being so large and heavy, moved with surprising grace. Each step seemed to be carefully calculated so as not to damage the soil or plants. "How do they manage to be so careful?" asked Pegasus. "It's our way of respecting the earth. The jungle gives us everything, and we must take care of it in return," Bubba replied. Pegasus was impressed. Although he had wings so he wouldn't touch the ground, he had never thought about how much he meant to the animals that lived on land. He decided that from now on, he would try to be more aware of how his actions impacted the world he visited. Before saying goodbye, Bubba showed him a special ritual. Elephants gather at dusk near a pond and touch the water with their trunks, as a way of giving thanks for life. Pegasus, moved, promised to take that lesson with him. Chapter 4. A lesson from the turtles. Near a river, Pegasus found a group of turtles sunbathing. One of them, named Margaret, invited him to sit down and rest. "We see many creatures running, jumping, or flying, but we live calmly," Margaret said. "Patience is our strength." Pegasus listened attentively. Although he was always on the move, learning to enjoy quiet moments was something he had never considered. "But don't you feel like you're missing something by going so slowly?" Pegasus asked curiously. "On the contrary, winged horse," Margaret replied with a knowing smile. "By moving slowly, we see things that others miss. The song of a bird, the glow of a flower at dawn, or even the way the clouds change in the wind." As they talked, Pegasus noticed a small turtle trying to get to the water, but the current was too strong. Without a second thought, Pegasus helped her across, using one of his wings to protect her. Margaret thanked him and told him that this was another important lesson. Even the strongest must stop to help the smallest. At the end of the day, Pegasus understood that calmness and patience were not weaknesses, but powerful virtues that could teach him a lot about life. Chapter 5. The Flight of Birds. While resting on a mountain, Pegasus came across an eagle named Altair. This majestic bird looked at him with interest and said, "Your flight is impressive, but do you really know how to use the wind to your advantage?" Pegasus admitted that he had never thought much about it. He always flew with his wings, relying on his strength, but he had never considered the possibility of using air currents. "Let me teach you," said Altair, and together they began to fly. Altair showed him how birds find updrafts to effortlessly soar and how they glide long distances without expending energy. "It is an art to understand the wind and to let yourself be carried by it," explained Altair as he spun gracefully in the air. Pegasus tried to imitate him, and although it was difficult at first, little by little he began to understand. Soon, he was gliding as gracefully as the eagle. "This is incredible," exclaimed Pegasus. "I didn't know I could fly so easily." "Remember, Pegasus," Altair said, "sometimes it's not about how hard you try, but how you make the most of what's around you." Pegasus thanked Altair for the lesson, feeling like he had discovered a new way to connect with the sky he loved so much. Chapter 6. A Special Encounter. At dusk, Pegasus landed in a clearing where a fox was waiting for him. The fox told him about cunning and adaptability, qualities that small animals need to survive. Being brave doesn't always mean being strong or fast. Sometimes it means using your wits to solve problems, the fox told him. Pegasus was intrigued. He wanted to know more about how small animals, who couldn't fly or weren't as big as elephants, managed to survive in a world full of challenges. "We foxes use our cunning to find food and stay safe. For example, if a predator is chasing me, I run in a zigzag pattern to confuse it," the fox explained. The fox also showed him how he used shadows and bushes to move unseen. Pegasus was impressed by the small animal's creativity. Although he was a magical being, with strength and speed, he understood that sometimes the simplest skills could be the most effective. Before he left, the fox left him with a piece of advice. "Remember, Pegasus, don't underestimate anyone. Everyone has something special to offer, even if they seem small or insignificant." Pegasus left with a new perspective, grateful for all the lessons the world was teaching him. Chapter 7. The Festival of Animals. After weeks of exploring and learning, Pegasus organized a grand festival in the jungle, where all the animals shared their skills and knowledge. There were dolphin jumps, bird songs, monkey dances, and elephant stories. The jungle was filled with laughter, music, and colors. Pegasus circled above the festival, illuminated by the moonlight, watching with joy as the animals celebrated their differences and came together in friendship. "Today we celebrate what makes us unique," Pegasus said joyfully, as the animals applauded. The festival was not just a party, but a lesson for everyone. The true magic is not in wings, claws, or tails, but in how each being lives its life with courage and love for others. Chapter 8. Return to Olympus. When Pegasus returned to Mount Olympus, he was full of new stories to tell Hercules. He now knew that the land was full of wonders and that every creature, no matter how different, had something valuable to teach. Exploring the world is not only about flying far away, but also about connecting with the hearts of those who inhabit it, thought Pegasus as he gazed at the stars. Thus, Pegasus continued to be not only a winged horse, but also a bridge between the heavens and the earth, a messenger of the magic of nature and the beauty of diversity.
Thank you for watching. Watch another video on our channel. Let's have fun drawing together, where another unique character embarks on a new adventure.